Hello everybody, my name is Birgit Pfeiffer and I am with the company Lohff and Pfeiffer.
And my name is Wolfgang Lohff, and well, we both are instrument makers, and we've been musicians before. Birgit was a flute player, I was an oboe player, and now since 45 years we work with our shop in Copenhagen, and since about 12 years also in the States.
What we focus on is selling woodwind instruments. I mean, mainly in the States it's clarinets, and main thing we focus on that we repair them, we customize them, we optimize them.
What's the story behind Lohff and Pfeiffer's founding?
I was first an oboe player and visiting Paris regularly to pick up instruments for myself and students. Through a very lucky coincidence, Yves Roybal asked me to, if I would be interested in learning the trade, because they were looking for someone who could help them distributing their instruments in Germany. I said right away, that's something I would be very interested in, and I didn't even go home anymore. I just stayed in Paris the first week just in my car until I found a place to live and got my education there. Later on, the Fox factory asked us if we would be interested to do their instruments as well, and so we also had an education in Indiana, and finally for flutes in Japan with the Mateki factory.
What distinguishes Lohff and Pfeiffer's clarinets or woodwind instruments from those of other vendors or repair people?
Okay, what we focus on is that the instruments are on the same level when people come to try them. So that means we optimize them in terms of that we split them totally apart. We look for faults and mistakes in the instrument, eliminate them, make sure they seal well, and adjust them in a little different way so that they all afterwards play the same.
Yeah, what we just noticed is when people go to the factory, and the same applied when we went, we try an instrument there and we have some favorites. Then we take them home, open them, see what's missing, what could be improved, work on them, and suddenly the whole pick order is completely changed. Members of the orchestras in the different orchestras in Copenhagen, they went to Paris, picked instruments, and after they returned, we optimized them, and they ended up with completely different instrument than what they picked in Paris. There's a big difference in the way how instruments can perform by adding the necessary work to it, that they play better. What's important that people have a chance really to find the sound they are looking for. Musicians tend to take one aspect out of an instrument and focus on this one instead of really see the main core which distinguishes the instrument, because most other things can be adjusted.
Can you share one of your favorite stories that illustrates the impact of your clarinets on someone's performance?
Yes, I remember one that was the audition for the bass clarinet in Copenhagen. It's a bass player we know since many years, and he could for 20 years only get contracts on a yearly basis in many different orchestras. Very fine player, but somehow no orchestra ever committed to it. He played on an older model, and a couple of days before the audition he had an accident with his instrument. The instrument fell down. It was a bigger repair. We told him already up front that we would really recommend that he would go to the audition with a different kind of instrument, because it really will give him a better chance. So he was more or less forced to accept our offer, went to the audition and won it. He was super happy. Then the next day he wanted to come to us to thank for us. It was the right decision. We had other situations where people had bought expensive instruments and practiced a lot and went to the auditions but never got any further. And she knew that it was really hard to play certain parts, and she practiced and practiced. And then someone recommended, when I came to Houston, to contact us. So I looked at the instrument and we worked on it. It was very emotional when she received the instrument back and played on it. And she said she couldn't believe it, that she could suddenly play all the things without any problems. where she worked so hard and she was completely convinced that it was her fault.
Wow.
We have many stories.
Awesome. Thank you guys so much.